Raydish of that unorthodox team comp as we start on Demon Island to get the action started here in Elimination Side Finals of Midseason Championship.
Okay, so let's see what this tale will be as BalloonBoy has picked up some gauntlets. Raydish on the boots, trying to get some passes started, but Hideaway absolutely commanding presence on the screen. Great response from BalloonBoy, recognizing that slide charge down sig was coming and fastballing below and waiting for the hitbox to be out. And the team combo comes instantaneously. Raydish almost converts but gets interrupted.
I love the option there from BalloonBoy, getting an end light and then immediately double chase dodging backwards, and Hideaway actually hitting his own teammate, trying to retaliate out of hit stun with that, but a side air comes out, catches BalloonBoy. Raydish now having to give some support with that jump side air to hit Zen away, and BalloonBoy gets back to the stage very comfortably.
Yeah, and at this point, just so much damage racked up on everyone on the screen that anytime the hit is done, they're just sent so far away from their teammate, and that's going to be a stomp. Sair getting rid of one. BalloonBoy trying to get back, wakes up with a gravity cancel Ensig there, and actually doesn't lose the stock for it.
Raydish looking for that recovery. Both of the red team members very red in terms of damage as well. The ground pound comes out, does find the KO on the Zen. Hideaway getting caught in a double KO, goes over to Raydish. Raydish looking so good on the battle boots.
Yeah, Raydish, able to convert there as well. I mean, BalloonBoy was able to get these nairs, so not KOing off the top, but that D-Light to the recovery on the boots for sure will. And so now, BalloonBoy almost got a quick early stock there. Raydish, nice juggle on the Hideaway as well. They have so much happening at the same time, but the awareness they have for everything on the screen, that down sig. Gotta let them know of the fallen Sentai Warriors.
That's the 2v2 combo, gets in there and finds the KO, but one does get traded out as well as BalloonBoy loses his stock. Zen as well. Raydish in a 1v1 versus Hideaway. Not for long though, as both supporting cast members land back down to the stage.
And we see Raydish gets the end light. It's enough to knock out BalloonBoy. Goes ahead and peels as well as Raydish gets back onto the stage. And we do have a stock lead, two stocks rather, for the blue team here as Zen and Hideaway are down to their final stocks.
Sidelight into recovery, doesn't find it. Zen getting the whiff punish on that recovery. Hideaway with the down air as well. BalloonBoy has to make it back, and Raydish taking that center stage control and fighting back, but Hideaway with a big side tick finds the KO onto Raydish. BalloonBoy with disarmed here, somehow fighting back. Even unarmed sidelight into GC downlight, fighting, but Zen gets the down air, and now Raydish in a 2v1 has to play so elusively here. Gets hit with the nair, but not much more.
Yeah, right. You can see Raydish just floating towards the top. Unless he gets KO'd really early from like a recovery of either weapon from the red team, the worst that's going to happen to him is going to take some damage, generally speaking. So I love the fact that he was able to go ahead and stall here. And now we're sitting in a situation where, final stocks for everyone on the screen. First team combo could be the difference maker between who wins and who loses.
Very tricky spot there as both team members. Both teams taking some team damage there. The side kick comes out, but nope, that's a good punish. Downlight into side air, sending BalloonBoy offstage. Raydish without a weapon. The red team try to hone in, but some team damage onto Zen. Zen getting sent offstage. Hideaway and sticking towards his own teammate. No punish on that. And Zen getting the signature into the side air. Ensig, the Ensig drops though. It doesn't find the connection.
Oh, and BalloonBoy trying to bide some time here. Raydish gets caught by the side air. BalloonBoy has to do the 2v1, and I'm definitely doable. 2 falling recoveries is all he needs. He tried to go for it there, got stuffed before the hitbox came out, and gets caught by the tried and true Kaya downsig on the lip of the stage to go ahead and have that team take game number 1, right? So that's going to be BalloonBoy and Raydish kind of having to think a little bit about, like, man, what happened there? There was a moment on that final stock where I think I saw Raydish go for an unarmed end light, right? And whenever I see that, I always say, that's like one of the cardinal sins of 2v2, because you sit in that animation for so long, you get punished for it almost every time, especially when you're playing at this level, and it ended up kind of leading to a very awkward situation for their team where they were never really able to come back from.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. There's just some rules that can't be broken, and you can see the crowd definitely cheering for BalloonBoy and Raydish here. They seem to be the home team favorites here. I'm sure the crowd will become alive as we get into game number 2. BalloonBoy and Raydish down a game versus Zen and Hideaway.
Hey, back to Demon Island as well. They think we had it. We just have to do a little bit better. They try to go for a team conversion there, not quite able to get the clean conversion. Raydish gets stuffed out of his follow-up, but still good damage. The blue team is playing extremely well together as a unit.
Sidelight there into recovery from BalloonBoy, playing very, very smart even when on the wall. The nair doesn't connect into the end light, but Raydish and BalloonBoy are playing very well, giving each other space to get the starters and then following up afterwards. But Hideaway seems to put an end to that as he fights back with the axe, but gets disarmed in the process. BalloonBoy with a great anti-air Ensig.
Yeah, just absolutely bringing them down the garbage chute there with that end-sig from BalloonBoy. Gonna give them a little bit of a lead here in this game number 2. You can see Raydish kind of biding some time. Gets the pass into the down-sig. Perfect from BalloonBoy. And now Raydish and BalloonBoy able to get even more. Oh, imagine if they got the read, but Zen's right there with a massive punish. Somehow BalloonBoy keeps the stock, but not for much longer here.
Going for it all there with that Cider. Really want to confirm that KO onto Hideaway. Instead, BalloonBoy loses his first stock in the process, and the down like Cider will connect and find the KO onto Raydish as we get all even, and BalloonBoy has to run away from the very damaging Teros and Kaya team comp. He does get a weapon, but Raydish still has yet to pick up a weapon.
Oh, wow, nice interrupt there. Going ahead and stopping the farm from happening. But wow, our BalloonBoy and Raydish really trying their absolute best to take this game too. But Zen and Hideaway are proving to be worthy adversaries. Raydish tries to convert to the end there. That's not going to work. The ground pound's going to hit Raydish as he touches the wall. Zen with the edge guard here, but the gravity cancel side stick gets covered by a Hideaway. The way they are simply in sync with this punish game has to be studied, PJ.
Able to cover the GC side stick off stage as well. Hideaway playing so well. Such a scary option to go for. The end stick comes out from Raydish. Zen not getting KO'd in the process though, as Raydish has to hold on to his last stock for dear life. GC breakdance doesn't connect. Zen able to slip through past him on the wall. D-Light into recovery will find the KO. BalloonBoy confirmation central as the sidelight into recovery comes out as well. A double KO for BalloonBoy.
Okay, huge opportunity for the blue team to use this lead to their advantage to try and see if they can secure this game number 2. BalloonBoy and both Raydish are winning their respective 1v1s. Yeah, they can't be stopped right now. There was a lot of momentum on the blue team. You can feel it. The down stick from BalloonBoy gets punished, but it's going to be good damage for them. And BalloonBoy has a second stock as well, so he doesn't even care that much. BalloonBoy going to take a while to come back here, though, and this gives the red team a lot of time to collapse on Raydish. We're hitting that point now. There we go. BalloonBoy falls, and Raydish, you need to hang on here. Do you gravity cancel? Do you wait? No, he goes for the dodge through, and it gets covered. But not without a little bit of retaliation. One good strong hit on the Hideaway, and BalloonBoy can make this work, but he needs a weapon. He needs gauntlets. He needs specifically gauntlets. He has the bow. What Sig can you do here that's not going to get interrupted? You have to go for like D-Light, N-Light, and that's not going to be enough. You're going to take so much time for that to finally knock out.
The downer comes out inside like Nair as well. Up there with the Nair. And now BalloonBoy taking more damage than anyone in this lobby. It's so difficult to do really anything here. Okay.
He's still keeping the bow here. There was a spawn on the left side. They go ahead and starve it out. I think BalloonBoy really needs some gauntlets, and he needs to start
there's a KO off the top. BalloonBoy with an opportunity.
No way! It's not enough!
It doesn't KO. Hideaway with the hammer online. BalloonBoy picks up a pair of gauntlets. One read away. BalloonBoy can clutch this 2v1 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, he misses the dodge read. I thought he had it, but he didn't.
Yeah, he goes for the immediate recovery. Gets underneath. Just like that, BalloonBoy with the 2v1 clutch. Look at the crowd erupting as BalloonBoy is able to hold it down there, keeping him and Raydish from going down 2-0 in the set. That is monumental, PJ. The amount of mental strain that BalloonBoy just cleansed from his team as a whole is so massive because he was able to make that clutch play.
We've seen that exact situation so many times. It's a 2v1, and somebody gets, the one person gets disarmed, gets a double recovery on the unarmed. We see it here. Zen just dodging, wanting to get back so quickly so he can grab the weapon away from BalloonBoy, leaving Hideaway into the 1v1, and BalloonBoy beating his former teammate in the clutch to win game number 2. Cinema into game number 3.
And it's so hard too because you know exactly what BalloonBoy's looking for there, right? I'm sitting here, I'm like, he needs to get a pair of gauntlets. He's gonna spam recovery, right? Yeah. And it's not like Hideaway doesn't know that, but it doesn't mean it's not hard to stop him from positioning himself in a spot where it's threatening. Look at this team combo. Oh, imagine. He tried to go for the gravity cancel N-Light as a follow-up there to the ground pound. It didn't connect, but I love the theory crafting behind that team combo there. And now we have BalloonBoy and Raydish in a tough spot. Hideaway gets the chase dodge off the Nair. BalloonBoy goes to the other side. They trade. That's crazy. Wow, this is the kinds of twos we like to see in Brawlhalla at the very tippity top of the mountain, the summit, the peak of gameplay. This is what we're seeing from both of these teams right now, but we still have so much more to be played. This is only game 3. Raydish with a nice little extension there, tries to go for the end sig, it gets stuffed out.
Raydish having that extra stock is big. Raydish definitely having lower defense than BalloonBoy. Nice 2v1 combo. Side take into side take. The motorcycle comes out, but gets interrupted by Hideaway.
Yeah, at the nick of time, too, because otherwise that could have been disastrous. But the red team still taking a lot of damage there. Raydish is going to fall to that side air as well. But at the same time, Zen also loses his first stock. So all things considered, not the worst. But BalloonBoy has a lot of damage here.
Raiding that stock seemed to be not the greatest option for the blue team as BalloonBoy's been taking so much damage. The red team honing in on him for sure. Don't want to set up that clutch situation once again. Down right there and catch the snipe with the down air. Goes for the weapon toss as well. BalloonBoy able to dodge back. Raydish doing so much work on the orb, giving space to BalloonBoy, ushering him back to center stage, and a weapon should soon fall for BalloonBoy. Hideaway flips it though with the side air onto Raydish. Raydish in a bad spot now.
Yeah, it's awkward when you're BalloonBoy and you see Raydish getting comboed, but he didn't have a weapon in that moment, so he couldn't throw anything to interrupt it. He's going to lose that stock as well, and Raydish probably soon to follow. I mean, in the red here, needs a weapon too. There's the spawn. Going to be some boots. Nice catch, and BalloonBoy gets the follow-up as well with the side air, but if it was a down air, it might have had enough oomph to KO outright. The side air not going to have quite enough power behind it, and now BalloonBoy trying to buy some time here for Raydish.
I like that attempt from Zen there. GC sidelight, really wanting to get an early KO onto BalloonBoy. Once again, the red team so confident here. They were in a similar spot in the last game, but I think this time they might just have what it takes to really capitalize on this lead. Hideaway and Zen both forced on the right side of the wall. The double pogo onto Raydish, so much damage. D-Light hits BalloonBoy. The blue team looking for some reprieve on the left side, but Raydish has to burn all his jumps to land. BalloonBoy interrupts with the sidelight into recovery after the GC Edlight gets interrupted. No dodge on Hideaway. The KO, but that's some team damage. That's a big deal. The pogo hits Raydish. BalloonBoy gets the drop on reversal. The blue team with the 2v1 now.
Okay, BalloonBoy making up for that accidental team hit in spades there.
It's so bad. Hideaway hitting his own team with the side sig.
No. Well, hold on, Raydish with the pass. Oh, no, whoa! What? He passes him back! Imagine! They're still going. The BalloonBoy goes for another gravity cancel. NSYNC is not going to connect, but I love the team play there. They almost had the clip of the year, but they're still trying their absolute best. BalloonBoy in the corner. Zen throwing out these down sigs, throwing out these down airs as well. Another down sig's going to find the mark. Raydish is all by his lonesome. Can he do what BalloonBoy was able to make possible in the last game?
Orb, a much better weapon in the 2v1. Very smart from Raydish to throw the battle boots away. Very active move, but the down sig comes out again, and it almost happened. They were almost able to clutch it, but Zen and Hideaway are way too composed.
And you know what? If they were able to get that conversion on the left side of the screen, y'all all know the moment I'm talking about. That would have been their game. I'll just say it. That would, if they were able to get that, like the amount of even just sheer mental damage they would have done to Zen and Hideaway there, that would be hard to come back from in that game. Absolutely. And something that I have to point out there is that Raydish was able to get the gravity cancel D-Light, right? And he's like in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and he has a choice to make. Do I send to the left and put them further off stage, or do I pass it to BalloonBoy? And he trusts to pass to BalloonBoy. And so that's what I love to see, because it's like there's no right answer there, but I think betting on your teammate is always the best choice.
I definitely have to agree, Flam, with the blue team showing that even in bad times, they're able to trust each other and lean on each other. It's exactly what you need in this very high octane, high mechanical opening team comp.
Yeah, Raydish gets caught in the crossfire there, which is unfortunate because would be able to go ahead and extend that combo more, but BalloonBoy drops the finisher that would have been the stock, and a little bit of friendly fire happening there from Raydish as well, but despite that, I mean, huge damage lead for the blue team.
BalloonBoy hasn't been able to follow up on these side airs with their signatures, but finally does get it off the boot side, like into the recovery for Raydish, and Raydish sets up 2 KOs, and the blue team have such a big lead. This looks like their game if they can keep this lead up.
Man, that's why they call him the surgeon, bro. The absolute precision that he's able to recognize, yep, this D-Light recovery is going to knock out. I'm going to just go for it instead of passing to BalloonBoy in this circumstance. You see, he doesn't even go for an extension there because he recognizes that Zen is not caught in the combo, and he doesn't want both him and BalloonBoy to get caught by a punish.
Sidelight there as Zen continues to hold on to the wall versus Raydish, and there's the signature. The sliding NSYNC is able to close it out there.
Hey, BalloonBoy trying to get back. You can see Zen kind of taking his time here, trying to position these hitboxes. There's Raydish with the pass. BalloonBoy only gets a singular hit. Doesn't want to get punched by Zen. Recognizes he's in that KO range now. It's going to be a little bit more reserved with some of these punishes.
Whoa, Raydish. Big GC end light, or side light on the orb, and there's the NSYNC. Oh, that actually hits his own teammate. That's not great.
Yeah, I mean, the idea was correct there from Raydish. It's unfortunate it was on BalloonBoy. BalloonBoy had 3 stocks anyway, so all things considered, it's not the worst blunder you can make. And BalloonBoy comes back and immediately picks up another stock. The blue team is looking so good here. Raydish with a combo, and the NSYNC's not enough. You saw BalloonBoy try to get the side air. The dunk, though, is definitely going to be enough. Says, I'm going to put you in the basura. And just like that, BalloonBoy and Raydish have a monumental lead. Imagine if Raydish was able to get that grab against the D-Light.
Oh, what a big side stick, though, as BalloonBoy now has the edge guard opportunity, but the both red team team members get chase dodges back, and Zen looking for that juggle on BalloonBoy. The Nair sends up once again. He's taking so much damage as Raydish has to rely on his teammate taking all the aggro. The red team slowly hover over towards Raydish, but Raydish able to pick up an orb. He's back to his comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, Raydish, you know, pristine stock here, unscathed, hasn't taken any damage yet. BalloonBoy playing the front, gets swatted away, and, you know, that's perfectly fine. He got another stock. There he goes, unarmed Nair. You can see how far back Hideaway is playing here, trying to be, you know, positioned in a way. Oh, no, you're going to go ahead and smack Zen in the face with that side air. He's fishing extremely hard to try and knock out BalloonBoy, but they can't get him. He's elusive. That down air, that pogo, almost enough, but not quite. And now BalloonBoy is back still with 2 stocks. Raydish for the pass as well. BalloonBoy almost follows up off of it.
Popping back and now cycling over to another orb as well. Raydish realizing that the orb is what's needed to confirm these stocks, and somehow BalloonBoy holding on to this bow. The down air comes out and it's gauntlet time, but another NSIC hits his own teammate, and Raydish forces BalloonBoy on his last stock.
But you know what? All things considered, not that bad. Wanted to get that pass on a Hideaway and secure the knockout and get them this game number 4. But all things considered, things looking really good for BalloonBoy and Raydish. I mean, BalloonBoy was pretty much untouchable up until he got hit by that NSIG, but suddenly the blue team's crumbling a little bit. Hold on, they need to regather their footing if they want to make the game 5 happen.
Finally a punish there on the end light. It's too much lag even on connection, and the side air comes out, and now Raydish and BalloonBoy have an opportunity to force game 5, but it's not over yet for Zen. The end light doesn't go into the recovery. Raydish looking for this orb to start the action.
Oh!
In the NSIG, it's 3 KOs, but the only one that matters is the one on his enemy as he forces game number 5.
And the thing that I love about this is, despite Raydish not landing some of these NSIGs, or even alternatively hitting BalloonBoy with it, it does not stop him in his ability to have the confidence to just let it rip, right? Okay, I messed up that time, that's whatever. You shake it off, you shrug it off, and you say, the next time, I'm gonna make sure it counts, and that's exactly what he did there in that game 4.
Go to game number 5 now as we get the replay of game number 4, and this is an incredibly close set. Both teams wanting their opportunity to get the run back on Lors and Kaina in grand finals, and man, that was crazy. And like you said, I love that you pointed it out. Raydish still having confidence in going for it. You know, he hit his teammate twice with it. It didn't matter. He said, you know what, I'm still going to go for the reads. I'm still going to be me, and that's what you love to see. Yeah,
I mean, wow, this is absolutely a crazy set, all things considered, right? When you get to top 4 and you say Championship Sunday, this is the sets that you're looking for, right? When they're going to game 5 and they're absolutely forcing the absolute best gameplay out of their opponents to see who can come out on top. The crowd joins us in a 3-2-1 brawl as we're sitting for game number 5. The winner of this gets sent to the grand finals at a chance against Kaina. Not enough. The weapon throw was good enough to stuff it out.
Almost having it there. That would have been such a big explosive way to start this game, but they get so much damage on the Hideaway. Big side stick gets interrupted by the side light from Zen. Zen playing so well on the bow, using the ground space and the range to be very interruptive. Hideaway avoiding that recovery.
The unarmed recovery from BalloonBoy is going to work here as well. Gets caught by the NSIG from Zen, but it's not enough to knock out Raydish, though. Going to go ahead and back up and reconvene with BalloonBoy on the left side of the stage. Now they're here trying to make things happen.
Oh, nice! Catches the platform movement there as Zen now in a 2v1 has to play so careful. He avoids the NSIG there, and Raydish going for a recovery of his own. The side light doesn't connect, and Hideaway's able to pick up a weapon. Zen holding on to his first stock for dear life, but Raydish with a big open up there on the side light. BalloonBoy
nice!
The side light of his own. The side air into Nair, that's going to find the KO.
Oh no!
It's a 2v1 combo. It's a an interruption from Zen. He comes from off stage, even unarmed, playing so supportive to his teammate.
Yeah, I mean, the damage has already been done, though. There's a dunk. I mean, Hideaway already in the orange on his second stock. BalloonBoy gonna be able to get his dodge back and gravity cancel, but does get stuffed out there by the pogo. And Raydish still on 3 stocks. That recovery's not gonna be enough from Zen.
Right into side stick there, doesn't get punished as well. The end light not enough to KO, and that's the recovery to close out the first stock onto Raydish. BalloonBoy and Raydish need to find these stocks quickly. They need to equalize.
And there we go. I mean, if they can get a Hideaway now, Hideaway sitting on the left side, that recovery's not going to be enough. Boots recovery doesn't have the juice quite like that, but look at this damage that Raydish is able to get on his end here. BalloonBoy needs to be careful. Don't want to lose that stock early for no reason.
Absolutely. You never know what this red team is going to be able to pull out of the bag of tricks. The recovery doesn't get punished. Zen somehow holding on to his stock, but Hideaway knows that he has to play elusive, but he can't avoid that. GC sidelight into recovery. A GC sidelight air, and now we see the team combo. Sidelight into nothing. Can't find any confirmation and just wants to play safe, not giving Hideaway any chance to get retaliation damage.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing such a good job. Is it enough? He's going to get swatted away, but an exhausted recovery. He's going to get the knockout off the top. Final stocks for both members of the red team here as we have a monumental lead for Raydish and BalloonBoy.
They're looking so confident here, using that soft platform, having the respect to the red team as well.
Oh.
The side air into side air, goes for the N-Sig, doesn't find it there. The interruption from Zen, so crucial, but you can only interrupt so many times, and the blue team seems to be heating up the downline in the side air. Does catch BalloonBoy. BalloonBoy has to go back to the wall, but the N-Sig the down sig comes out from Hideaway and finds the KO onto Raydish. BalloonBoy in the 2v1. He plays so well, gets the nair there, no N-Sig though.
Okay, BalloonBoy doesn't get tried to follow up. We see Zen get that D-Light, and he doesn't go for the follow-up there because he doesn't want to get punished, but they have to collapse onto Hideaway quickly before they're able to make this comeback as a team here. And you can see Raydish trying to get a weapon right now. There goes BalloonBoy. Raydish has to camp. He's getting caught here. If he gets caught off the top, that'll be really bad. BalloonBoy finally back to go ahead and assist, but they need weapons. First weapon goes to BalloonBoy. He gets caught by the D-Lights there. Their team comboing, accidental team damage onto Hideaway from the nair here. They have to play pinpoint if the red team doesn't want to lose.
Ben is playing so aggressively here, weaving in the blue team members. Some team damage there sends Hideaway high, and they're both on the right side of the stage. Raydish looking for that sideline or recovery. The recovery doesn't find its connection. That recovery will. The double recovery doesn't KO Zen.
Three!
Triple. It's not enough for Raydish. On the other side gets the side air, and now it's a 2v1. Can Zen do it? It's not enough. BalloonBoy and Raydish move on into grand finals.
And you know you got to go ahead and pan the camera immediately to slow motion gaming whenever BalloonBoy wins, because there's no one who's going to be popping off harder in the audience than that man, because he loves to see BalloonBoy and Raydish go on further. Zen and Hideaway extremely